Namaste everybody and welcome to today's class. If you've got a yoga mat, let's get over to the front of the mat. If you've not got a yoga mat, don't worry, you just need a clear space where you can move your body in all different directions. So let's get started. So we'll start with our feet placed hip distance apart, and let's make sure to spread our toes wide, so pressing into the big toes first, onto the big toe edge of the foot, the inner side of the foot. Feel how that is to press really in there, and you go sort of knocky-kneed. And then you can press out to the pinky toe side of the feet. So pressing into the outer edges of the feet. See how it is to balance there. And come back to the middle and find a sort of resting place between the two, where you can feel quite secure between the two. And then we'll do the same, rolling onto the toes so that we're balancing just on the toes. And then rocking back and balancing just on the heels. And again, finding a spot in between the two, and also in between the other two, the outside and inside, where we can rest, where our feet can be really firmly planted into the ground. And from here, we're going to place a hand on the belly and a hand on the heart. And we're going to start to breathe deeply in a full yogic breath. So breathing in from the belly, from the root of the body, up and into the heart, and from the heart down and into the root of the body. You can close the eyes here if you can balance with the eyes closed. And begin to feel that there is a river of breath from the belly up into the heart. Or perhaps even all the way from below the belly down into the lower abdomen. So from the lower abdomen, the pelvis, that the breath might rise up from there into the heart and then down. Say thanks to yourself, give yourself a moment of gratitude for getting yourself to your mat, to this place today, and be thankful for your body, which is healthy. Be thankful for this time and space for you to practice today. And with this heart of gratitude, take a moment now to set an intention for the practice. It could be as simple as just staying with this deep yogic breath. In these times, this deep belly breathing is really beneficial for our minds and our bodies. Something we can always come back to. So with this intention and this gratitude in your heart, you can slowly begin to open the eyes. Bring the hands down by the sides of the body. And we'll begin to just do a few hip circles, weakening up the hips, but keeping the feet nice and strongly planted into the earth. So feeling into all the nooks and crannies of the hips, and then you might go around in the opposite direction. And then you might make a figure of 8 with your hips if you can. And then the opposite direction, breathing, using the breath to guide the movement. Let your body move as quickly or as slowly as feels good today. Good. And then come back to center, and then you can bring one foot up and let the pelvis tilt to one side, and then the other foot up. Inhale, drawing the pelvis up, and exhale down. You can keep the hands on the hips so that you can feel this upward and downward movement. And coming back to centre. And then we'll begin to just moving forward, so I've got a bit more space. We'll just make sure you've got enough space to swing your arms. And we'll begin to swing the arms side to side. And you can let the arms be heavy and swing. And you can let the feet come up one by one. Perhaps even letting the arms swing all the way round so that the hands hit on the back, activating the kidneys. Just fell over there. You can let your arms begin to draw up the back so that you begin to hip onto the backs of the shoulders. And then work your way all the way back down again. Good. And then we'll stay with this twisting, but this time bringing your hands up to your shoulders. So your fingers rest on your shoulders. And here we won't raise our toes up to the side. We'll just keep our feet firmly planted. And we'll begin to twist side to side on each exhale. So it's a strong exhale through the nose. Keep going. And back to centre. Nice. You can shake the arms, shake the legs. Good. And now we'll do the same kind of swinging movements with the arms. So we'll raise the arms up above the head, and then you can let both arms come down at once. So it'll be like, or you can try out doing one to each direction. So one goes forward and one goes back. Exhaling through the nose on each exhale. And then if both arms are going in the same direction, now go both back. And if the arms are going in opposite directions, reverse the order. Let the arms be nice and heavy and really swing. And let go. Whew. Let the arms go. Shake them off. Shake the hands off. Shake the legs out. Nice. So the body should feel a little bit warmer now. We'll begin to stretch a little bit more. So from here, let's begin with some sun salutations. So we're standing with our feet hip distance apart, nicely pressed into the ground. Legs are strong, but not with the knees flexed back, so the knees can be soft a little bit. Hips are nice and soft and flexible, keeping that hip circle that we did just earlier in mind, so that we keep this softness in the hips, no rigidity there. Shoulders are nice and heavy, arms heavy, just like we did in those arm swings. Keep the arms nice and heavy. And then the head and neck in line with the floor. Take a deep breath in here, coming back to your deep yogic breath. You can always bring a hand to the belly and the heart to come back. Close the eyes if you can for a moment and breathe in and out deeply. And then at the end of your next exhale, open the eyes and let the hands drop down to the sides. And we'll begin with Sun Salutations. So inhale the hands to the heart and exhale here. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Head can look up and you can have a wee back bend if your back feels ready for it. And then on your exhale, you're dropping down towards the ground, folding down. Your hands can rest on your shins, just not on your knees. Or if your hands can't meet the earth and you want to feel this sense of really folding forward, you can bend your knees and let your chest touch your thighs and let yourself hang here for a moment on the exhale. And then making sure your hands are firmly planted into the ground, shoulder distance apart. Let's bring the right leg back. Right knee comes to the ground. Exhaling here. And then you're going to inhale with a right angle at your knee up to the sky. You can have your hands together or apart, makes it slightly easier for your balance. Again, you can look up if you can balance here. And you can have a slight back bend and the hands closer together if you can balance and you've got the strength and flexibility in your back. Take a deep breath in. And on your breath out, come down to the ground. Hands again firmly planted into the ground. And the left leg will come back to join the right. You're in tabletop here. Take a breath in, and then on your next exhale, you're going to tuck your toes if they're not already tucked. And you're going to exhale the chest and the chin or forehead down to the ground, keeping the elbows really together so it's not like a press up like that. It's like a tricep dip. So, inhaling, and then on your next exhale, dipping down to the ground, chest, chin or forehead to the ground. Exhale. And then on your next inhale, drawing your body forward, belly comes on the ground, toes come onto the ground. Hands are underneath the shoulders. You can drop your chin down to the ground here. And then on your next inhale, you can raise your back up just a little bit. Bhujangasana. And then from here, exhale back down. Inhale up to tabletop to begin with. If you've got more energy, you can go straight from the ground all the way back on your exhale to downward facing dog. But either way, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. So here, hands are firmly planted into the ground, especially the forefinger and thumb really pressing into the earth for stability, and an intention down the backs of the legs to send the heels down towards the ground. You can walk the legs up and down here. And then on your next inhale, draw the right leg in towards the chest. And if this is too difficult, then you can come back to downward facing dog and come into tabletop. And from there, bring your right foot in between the hands. And we'll meet there. Or if you've got more stability, when you bring that right leg in towards the chest, if you feel strong enough, you can plant that right foot in between the hands and then drop the left knee down to the ground. So we're back where we began. Exhale here. And then on your next inhale, draw the arms up and overhead. Again, keeping a nice right angle in the knee here of the right leg. Your arms are up Your hands can be together and come into a slight back bend if you feel ready. Or you can just stay straight with your arms up and apart and head looking forward. Whatever level you're at is perfect. And then on your next exhale, you're going to draw the left foot in towards the right, so you meet in the forward fold. You can either bend into the knees here, or you can bring the hands to the shins. And then on your next inhale, draw the arms up and overhead. You can come into a slight back bend, and then exhale down to the chest. And to Samastitihi, back to where we began. So now we'll do the left hand side. So make sure the feet are firmly planted into the earth. Make sure the rest of the body is relaxed but strong. And let's take a moment to come back to the breath. So breathing in from the root of the body up and into the heart, and exhaling down into the root. Hands back down to the sides of the body, and on the next inhale, bring the hands up to the heart. And exhale here. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Coming to whichever variation is best for you as you exhale. And then on your next inhale, making sure your hands are firmly planted into the earth. Left foot goes back this time, left knee on the ground. Right angle in the right leg. And then inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale down to the earth. And then leg comes back. So we're in tabletop. Take an inhale here. And then on your exhale, tuck the toes. And then chest and chin or forehead come down to the ground. And then on your inhale, coming up into low cobra. And then either pushing up into tabletop and then into down dog, or straight into down dog from low cobra. And taking a nice deep breath in here. And then again, you can bring the left foot straight into the chest and then in between the hands, or you can come down onto your knees and then bring the left foot in between the hands. So that's the first variation, and I'll just show you the second variation. From down dog, inhale the left knee in towards the chest and then all the way through in between the hands, and we'll all meet with a nice 90-degree angle in the left leg. And exhale with the hands on the ground. Inhale, arms up. Arms can be apart, together. It's like back bend if you feel like it. And then exhale, hands down to the ground. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Forward fold. Inhale, arms up and overhead, slight back bend. Exhale to Namaste at the heart. Exhale, Samastiti. Okay, so let's try and do it now together with a little bit less instruction and at whatever point that you feel is your level. So, we're back at the beginning. We'll start on the right hand side again. So take a deep breath in and out. On the inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale here. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot steps back, right knee on the ground, left leg bent. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Look up to the sky, welcoming in the sun. Exhale, down to the earth. Left foot comes back, we're in tabletop. Exhale here. Take an extra little inhale here. And then on your next exhale, tuck the toes and drop the chest. Chin or forehead to the ground on your exhale. Inhale, push up to a low cobra. Make sure your neck's in line with your spine. And then you can push up to tabletop or to down dog directly, meeting in down dog. Finding stillness as soon as you can in down dog, finding a place of strength and ease. And then either bringing the right foot directly into the chest and in between the hands, or working through tabletop and then right foot in between the hands. Exhaling there, meeting all together with our right leg at a 90-degree angle, left leg back, hands on the ground, exhaling. Inhaling, look up to the sky again, welcoming in the sun. Exhale, down to the ground, left foot comes to join the right at the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, look up to the sky. Exhale, back at heart center. And arms down by the side, Samastiti. Next, inhale, hands to heart. Exhale here. Inhale, up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Hands firmly in the ground. Left foot comes back this time. Left knee on the ground. Right leg at a 90-degree angle. Exhaling. Inhale, the head up, look up. Exhale, down. Right leg back, tabletop. Inhale here, and then on your exhale, tuck the toes, knees, chest, chin or forehead to the ground, elbows tucked into the sides. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale, push back through tabletop or all the way to down dog. Next, inhale, either coming through tabletop and bringing the left leg, in between the hands. Or you can come straight through from down dog, all the way through, meeting with the left foot forward, 90-degree angle, and right leg back, hands on the ground as you exhale, and then inhale, arms up, head up, look up, and then exhale. Right foot comes to join left at the front of the mat, exhaling here, and then inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale to heart, and back to Samastiti. So we'll do one last round. Let's see if you can do it almost on your own. And do it at your own level as you feel. And really this time, imagine that you're absorbing the sun's energy every time you look up to the sky. Every time the arms raise up to the sky, we're absorbing that sun energy. And every time our hands touch down to the earth and our head looks down towards the earth, we're absorbing the earth's energy. So that we really create this cycle of welcoming and giving gratitude to the earth and the sky. So, don't worry too much about how it looks. The focus is on the feeling of gratitude and welcoming. So, our feet are hip distance apart. We'll take a deep breath in and out to ground ourselves and come back to our practice. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale here. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, right foot steps back. Exhale here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Left comes back. We're in tabletop. Inhale. And then on your next exhale, tuck your toes, Knees, chest, chin or forehead to the ground. Inhale, low cobra. And exhale, see if you can push now all the way back into down dog. Give it a go. Deep breath in and out here. And then inhale the right leg into the chest and see if you have the strength to pull all the way forward and drop that right foot in between the hands. If not, you can always come through tabletop to get there. Drop the left knee down. Exhale. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, down. Left foot comes to join the right at the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Head up, look up, and then exhale to Namaste. Deep breath in and out. Inhale to heart center. Exhale here. We'll do the left side now. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, left leg steps back, left knee on the ground. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Meet in tabletop. Inhale here. And then exhale, tuck toes, knees, chest, chin on the ground. As you exhale, inhale, low cobra. And exhale, try again to push back into downward facing dog. Intention through the forefinger and thumb to press into the earth to absorb the earth's energy and to give your energy back to the earth. And the same through the feet. Pull up through the earth and to give back to the earth. And then try again bringing the left foot into the chest and see if you might be able to just drop it down in between the hands, and if not, work through tabletop. Exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale, arms up and over the head, absorbing the sun's energy. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Inhale, right, joints left at the front of the mat, forward fold. Surrender to the earth. One last time. And then inhale, look up to the sky for the last time. And then exhale, hands to heart center. And Samastiti. Close the eyes. Hand on the belly, other hand on the heart, and feel the breath and the energy, the prana as we call it in yoga, circulating throughout the body. Feeling a sense of strength, openness, maybe some heat. What can you feel? How does it feel to have connected to your body and to nature, that is the sun and the earth in this way? How does that feel? Lovely. And opening the eyes, we'll just do another couple of exercises to make sure that we've moved the spine in all the different directions that it can. So we'll do 2 more standing postures and then we're down on the floor. So it's not you can't see me too well, but we'll do our best. So from here, we're going to have our feet together this time. So our feet are together like so. And we should have a nice straight body so that our hips are a little bit forward for support and our shoulders are straightened down. And then what we're going to do is inhale and draw the arms up and overhead. So your arms can either be, I'll just show you from kneeling so you can see me properly. Your arms are either like this or they can be like this if you're more balanced, but trying to push the arms back behind the ears rather than in front of the head. They can always be apart if that's easier, and trying to keep the shoulders down. So from standing, what we'll do is, our feet are together, we're going to inhale Inhale the arms up and overhead, feeling that our arms are stretching towards the sky, shoulders are down. Find a point to gaze at, and then we're going to come up onto our tiptoes. And each inhale is going to lengthen the spine. So you might feel as if each of the vertebrae are being pulled apart by this posture. The inhale drawing them up, and the exhale drawing them down. If you fall down, just try again. It's good for the ego to fall a few times. And exhale down, arms down. Nice. And then we'll do the same, but we're bending into the sides of the back. So feet are together still. And we'll raise the arms up. Again, you can keep them apart or you can bring them together. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, the right arm comes down to the right thigh. Inhale, lengthen the spine again, lengthening the left arm up. And then exhale, bending into the side body. And then if you feel stable enough, you can look up towards the ceiling or towards your fingers would be the hardest balancing point. Keep breathing. And then on your next inhale, draw the arm up and all the way down as you exhale. And then inhale the arms up again. Exhale, lengthen the shoulders down. Inhale, lengthen the arms up and lengthen the spine. Exhale, drop the left arm down to the left thigh. Inhale, right arm lengthens. And then exhale, bend into the side of the body. And then you can look up at the ceiling once you feel balanced, or the fingers. Breathing. If at any time you need to come out of the pose and try again, go for it. This can feel quite intense. And inhale up, exhale down. Good. So, we've done all the standing postures. You can work your way down towards the ground. And we'll finish with a final relaxing spinal twist. So we've moved the spine backwards, forwards, round to the side. The final thing to do is to twist. So we'll come to lying down. Just move my camera so you can see me. So we'll lie down and come this way actually. We're going to bring the right knee up into the chest and then drop it over to the left side, holding on to the right knee with the left hand, and then the right arm can open out to the side. Now the important thing here is that the right shoulder stays on the ground. So we don't want to be like this, we want to be like this. So even if your right knee is up here and your right shoulder is on the ground, that's where you should be. And then you can use the left hand to just slowly be your own yoga teacher and work your right knee down a bit closer to the ground. You can stay here closing the eyes and allow your body to sink into the twist. Relaxing here. Breathing deeply. being with the sensations of the body. And then slowly and gently working your right knee back towards the centre. You can give it a wee hug again. And then drop it down. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So bring the left knee in towards the chest. Then drop it over, pulling it with the right hand over to the right hand side. And then the left arm comes out to the side. And the left shoulder should be on the ground. So even if your left knee is just here and your left shoulder is on the ground, that's where you should be. And you can then, once you're sure that your left shoulder can stay planted into the ground, then you can bring your right hand to slowly push the left knee down towards the ground. Being your own yoga teacher here, following the inner guidance of your body. And you can close the eyes here and allow the body to sink into this stretch, into this twist. Allow the breath to let the body relax. Nice, and then from there, bring the left leg up. You can give it another little hug. And then you might bring both legs in this time and give them both a hug. And you can always bring, I'll just show you here, you can always bring the chin or the forehead up towards the knees to give your body a nice little squeeze. Give it a nice hug. And release. And you can let your body go completely flat on the ground into Shavasana. So in Shavasana, our legs will be about mat distance apart. And arms can come outside of the mat. Head should be relaxed. You might want to get something cozy to place over you or to put a jumper back on. You might also like to place a cushion behind the back of your neck or behind the backs of your legs for support. Take this time now to relax, to do nothing, to just be. Let go of the deep breathing. And come back to the heart of gratitude that we began with. Taking this moment now to be grateful for your practice today, for your body, healthy, able to move, able to breathe. That's a lot to be grateful for, especially in these times. Allow the practice to sink in. And at the same time, allow the body to sink in. Allow it to sink into the earth. Allow it to just be here, to be held safely and securely. Just being. Nothing else to do. Nowhere else to be, just for a moment longer before you go on with your days. Take the time just for you. Knowing that this is not a selfish act, but in fact empowers you and rejuvenates you for the rest of your day so that you might bring a little bit more light, positivity, happiness to those around you. Give yourself this time, these last few seconds of practice, so that as you slowly begin to awaken the body again, you might wiggle the fingers and toes and feel that sense of aliveness. You might stretch your arms up and overhead and your toes down towards the ground, giving a good stretch to the whole body. And then you can roll onto one side, whichever side feels best, and just rest there in the fetal position, slowly allowing the body to waken back up. And you can stay there as long as you need in order to waken up and get ready for the day ahead. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed the class, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much.